The Lakers have started the season in the worst possible manner. Unfortunately, it's not surprising. How can you try something and realize it doesn't work, only to run it back one more time? That's where the Lakers find themselves with Russell Westbrook, and it's an experiment that has failed. But luckily, there's still time for the Lakers front office to put things right and trade Russ for a good shooter. Let's look at some names, starting with number 10, Terrence Ross. A move for Ross has been on the minds of many front offices, and it's not a surprise. We don't know if that name has appeared in discussions with Rob Pelinka and his brainiacs, but it's a move that should be considered. Ross has been in Orlando since 2016-17. All the more reason to move. And he has a career shooting of 36.2% from three-point range. It was only 29.2% last season, so it could be a risk. But he averaged at least 37% when playing alongside Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. That means if you can put someone who can handle the ball and draw defenders in, Terrence Ross can produce the numbers from the three-point range. LeBron can comfortably do all that, so it's an easy decision. Did we explain how well he's started this season? 45% shooting from three-point range. That's absurd. After that, at number 9, Davis Bertans. Before we get into how Bertans suits the Lakers, it's important to note that they would need a third party to get involved to complete this deal. But the upside is that the Mavericks aren't too happy spending that much on Bertans. $16 million, in case you were wondering, and their loss could be LA's gain. He was shooting at 39.5% from the three-point range in 2020-21. And while last year he started with a poor 31.9%, he improved it to 36% when he moved to the Mavericks. Bertans is also only 29, which means he's got a good part of his career ahead of him, so the Lakers should look to bring him in because he'd be perfect for them. There's a scenario where the Lakers can get Josh Richardson and Bertans, which would improve their shooting tenfold overnight. Also at number 8, Evan Fournier. This is a move that makes sense for all parties involved. Tom Thibodeau and Westbrook as a pairing look perfect, considering Thibodeau's earned a reputation for resurrecting dead careers. Russ would be very lucky if he could get this move, because he can earn some of the respect back from the NBA. After all, we don't think he's truly finished. It's just a matter of an unsuitable system. Similarly, Fournier has a 38.1% shooting in his career, and that's pretty much all the Lakers need. So we're not sure why they haven't tried to complete a deal for him. Everyone wins with this trade, even the Knicks, considering they lost out on Donovan Mitchell, and while Russ can't be compared to Mitchell in this kind of form, it's unfair to think that Westbrook hasn't got the talent at all. Then at number 7, Jordan Clarkson. If the trade before this one was perfect for all parties, this one is a little too ideal for the Lakers, and not great for the Utah Jazz. But let's take a look first. For a trade to happen, the Utah Jazz would receive Russ in exchange for Mike Conley Jr. and Jordan Clarkson, while the Lakers get 2 veteran shooters very much suitable to their system. The problem is, what would the Jazz do with Westbrook? They're looking to rebuild. Why would they spend crazy money on getting someone like Westbrook? But they'll think about it because his contract is expiring, and that seems to be a great asset for Utah. But they're off to a great start too. Clarkson, though, fits the Lakers like a glove. Conley could come in as the starting point guard, while Clarkson could lead the second unit, and makes so much sense that it won't happen. Moving on to number 6, Eric Gordon. This isn't a hypothetical scenario, but it should be, purely because of the details of the trade. Eric Gordon's already being linked to the Lakers over the summer, and it would hardly be a surprise if the Lakers are thinking about him right now. He's a great shooter, but despite the asking price of Houston, the Rockets can't quite get rid of Gordon with such ease. That's because they wouldn't ship any other player to the Lakers alongside Gordon, and that means a move is pretty much impossible to conduct. Into the top 5 with Josh Richardson. Another name mentioned many times alongside the Lakers is Josh Richardson. Shams Charania believes that a 3-team deal is being considered, which would see Richardson and Terry Rozier land in LA with a first-round pick, Westbrook going to the Spurs, another first-round pick, and some compensation going to Charlotte. But would the Hornets want to give up on Rozier? We'll get into him later. The problem is the Spurs might not want Westbrook without landing 2 first-round picks, so it's down to how Pelinka negotiates, and we're not too sure he can pull something this complex off. But Richardson shot 44.4% last year for the Spurs and nearly 40% for the Celtics. This is someone the Lakers should be all over. Next, at number 4, Duncan Robinson. If Pelinka wants to win over the Lakers fans, he needs to be on the phone with Miami, convincing them they could do with Westbrook. The plan is to get Kyle Lowry along with Duncan Robinson, and they give up Russ and their 2029 first-round pick. Robinson, for us, is sensational, and he can be an elite scorer if given a chance. Plus, with Lowry, they have a backup point guard too. How are we making more sense than the rubbish that the Lakers have come up with all summer? Westbrook will probably still be coming off the bench in Miami, but Eric Spoelstra doing that instead of Darvin Ham would sit well with him. Making the top 3, Terry Rozier. The first 2 seasons of Rozier's career were very poor in three-point shooting, but since then, he's shot under 37% from three-point range once. That's as good as it gets, and if the Lakers can add a significant salary to what he's already earning, they might get him to LA. Of course, it also depends on what the Hornets want to achieve from this season. If they think they have the right players and need to add some pieces, then this might not work. However, if they think that tearing down is still an option, the Lakers could get lucky in getting rid of Westbrook. But with 2 years left on Ball's rookie contract and 2 on Gordon Hayward's deal, this looks more and more unrealistic as we think about it, especially as long as Pelinka's involved. No, we don't have a plan against him. At number 2, Gary Trent Jr. Another move requires a third party, but this one is more realistic than the ones we've mentioned. It could all work out perfectly if the Raptors and the Lakers can involve the Spurs. Trent has been shooting tremendously in the last few years, 39.7% with Portland and 38.3% in his first full season in Toronto. Not to mention, he's started the season with over 40%, and he's also extremely affordable, so a third party would need to make an entrance. Can Pelinka convince the Spurs to bite on this one? Of course, the Lakers could go for Pascal Siakam, and if they get Gary, we won't rule it beyond Pelinka to try for Siakam. It's absurd if you want to get rid of someone like Westbrook and land in Siakam instead. Finally, at number 1, Buddy Hield. This is the best option for the Lakers regarding affordability and how realistic it is. We're outraged that the Lakers haven't gotten him in and are 0-3 to start the season. If it does happen, the Pacers would require packaging Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, and both fill major gaps for the Lakers. Turner's great at the center and could take some pressure off Davis, who does not like playing there. And as we're talking about shooting from range, Hield is so good. It's not a challenge being the best immediately at the Lakers, considering they're terrible, but he's up there with the best in the league. A career percentage of 39.8% is as good as it gets, at least for humans. Oh, this move means the Lakers can space the floor too. Finally, you have the king playing for you and you're not making the most of his skill. It's a shame. He's sensational when driving to the basket and a gifted passer, so that this Hield LBJ partnership will be one for the ages. Who knows? Hield might get over 40% shooting once more, and that's exactly what the Lakers need right now. That's a wrap for this video. Which of these players is a realistic option for the Lakers? yours? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.